The Parthenon is an ancient Greek temple in Athens that was built more than 2,000 years ago to honor the goddess Athena. One great way to learn about it and remember what makes it so special is to draw it yourself. This tutorial will show you how to draw the front view while taking a closer look at some of the beautiful details that have made it famous for so many years. First, a quick reminder that I do recommend working with center pencil guidelines on your paper and adding them before you draw. These are extra helpful when making something as symmetrical as this building is. That large roof shape is a wide triangle that's going to be about this wide. After you make a plan for it, slowly draw a line from the point on the left to the top in the center, and then go back down on the other side. You know, this drawing is going to offer a lot of straight line drawing practice. Just work slowly and do the best you can. To finish that triangle shape, we just need to add an edge on the sides and then draw a straight line to the right, to the center line. And do the same on the other side with a little edge on that corner and the straight line coming back to meet the first one. Next, we're going to start a rectangle shape below this triangle. It's called the frieze, and it's about 1 inch or so tall. I'm beginning with the left side first. After the left side is done, then complete that rectangle shape on the right side. The base of the building needs to be as wide as the top. So imagine a line going down to see how wide that is on the bottom of your paper. Make a short mark and draw a horizontal line to the left. After that's done, then move up and draw another line to the left. So we have the start of a skinny rectangle base. After the right side is done, we need to do the same on the left. Imagine a line down, make a mark, and draw 2 horizontal lines to the right that connect with the lines on the other side. Okay, now we need to plan for our 8 columns that are going to go across the front. Let's start by drawing 4 pairs of lines like this on the right side. They're going to be the tops of the column, so why don't you watch me do this first so you can see what direction I'm going. Okay, I think they're looking pretty even, so I'm going to go ahead and connect the lines on the bottom so they make 4 even blocks. These do have a name, by the way. They're called capitals. So now that you see what I was doing, try drawing your own pairs of lines. Remember, you need 4 pairs on each side. And if you can, remember the goal is to have them evenly spaced from each other too. After those 4 pairs are in place and they look even, then connect them at the bottom like I did on the other side. Now we can move on to drawing the columns, and they are made by just adding vertical lines coming down from those capital shapes and then stopping a little short of the base. The reason we're leaving some space here is so that we can finish the bottom of these columns with a little rectangle shape, just like the ones that are on the top. If you want to see me do that one more time, it looks like this. 2 vertical lines coming down almost to the bottom, and then adding a small rectangle shape there that's attached to the base. Continue drawing your columns across the page in the same manner. You should have 8 when you're finished. Now for some more straight line drawing practice. Each one of these columns needs to have 2 lines added inside to show that the columns have lined edges on them. Work slowly and use those outside lines to help you see where to go. Okay, we're almost done, but there are a couple of important details, namely adding a smaller triangle inside that roof shape. This is called a pediment. That smaller rectangle is also drawn on the other side. And by the way, this is where the Greeks would often add some of their carved figures. We can just add some vertical lines like this to give it a little more detail. That large rectangle below the pediment also needs to get split in half. Let's just draw a horizontal line right across the middle from one side to the other. There was often a lot of decoration on these panels too. We can kind of just indicate that by drawing some vertical lines going across. This can stay pretty simple. Just try to have the same amount of lines on one side as there are on the other. Okay, our building drawing is done, but we do need to add a horizon line on both sides and a bit of landscaping to add more color, but feel free to add more realistic details too if you'd like. Now it's time to carefully trace our drawing with a black marker so we can see all of those beautiful lines really well. Before any coloring happens, we do need to erase any pencil lines that are still showing. I'm going to start here by coloring the shadows between the columns. My favorite discovery is finding you can buy silver crayons in bulk from Amazon. The silver actually looks like a medium shade of gray on the paper, which I think is perfect for what we need here. Now the Parthenon is white, so we don't need to color it, but we do need to color the area around it on the ground and any of the landscaping that you may have put in the background. Finally, don't skip coloring in the sky. It's going to make your building look so much whiter. The more carefully you fill in that sky, the more your Parthenon building is going to stand out. Okay, our Parthenon is done. I hope drawing it helped you notice some of the shapes and details that make this ancient building so special. And now, if you ever see a picture of the Parthenon again, maybe you'll even recognize a few of its amazing parts. At Art Projects for Kids, you'll find many more drawing lessons just like this, including how to draw Dutch houses, Big Ben, and the Taj Mahal. I hope you check them out too.